No, with your own.
Hello everybody,
Hi,
my name's Darren.
I'm Graham.
And I have seen all the Rockies, Rocky 1 to 6. I've seen Creed as well, but I did a separate video on that. I also did a separate video on Rocky because I didn't expect to love the franchise that much.
Yeah.
Uh,
I've seen... Which one?
I don't know.
Oh, wait, no, I haven't seen any.
No? Well, you should because they're all really good.
Okay.
Okay, so Rocky 1 is the one, rags to riches. It's an inspirational tale for anyone that watches it.
True American.
Yeah, it's the film that'll make you get out and do something. It'll make you realise if you try really hard, then you can achieve your dreams as long as Carl Weathers comes in and lets you do it. Rocky 2 is well, spoiler alert for Rocky 1. Do you know what happens at the end of Rocky 1? Obviously, Rocky fights Carl Weathers. Okay, I won't tell you. Whoever loses at the end of Rocky 1 wants a rematch at the very start of Rocky 2. So it's a logical sequel, it just carries on straight from where the next one was. And then that one is the one where Rocky obviously fights Carl Weathers again, or Apollo Creed as he prefers to be known in the film. And then that one ends with Rocky... Rocky wins that one, he lost the one before. This is a spoiler video. So the third one's the one with Mr. T, where the manager dies, and it's a bit rubbish. We'll get on to why in a minute.
Oh, right.
Rocky 4 is the one with Draco, or Drago, Ivan Drago, which is bloody awful, I'm going to be honest. Rocky 5 is the... Okay, so, Rocky 1 and 2, brilliant. Rocky 2, I did cry at the end of Rocky 2. The last 20 minutes of Rocky 2, I almost didn't breathe.
Yeah.
It was just so good. It was directed by Stallone as well, imagine me saying that. And Rocky 3. The problem with Rocky 3 is it starts to go a bit off the rails. It goes a bit mad because suddenly it's all about extravagance. Let's get a cameo from Hulk Hogan in. Why would we want that?
Right.
Yeah. What, that weird, tall, gross man. Okay, that made the film entertaining.
Yeah.
And obviously Mr. T's a kind of like charismatic monster villain. He's like a monster. I don't know if I said that. And the problem with Rocky 3 is, right, Rocky 1 and 2 are really good because they're about a guy who wants to do something. And Rocky is, who you're following, obviously. In Rocky 3, he just doesn't give a shit. He's won the title, and now this other guy's trying to beat him up. So it's mostly Apollo Creed going, come on, Jesus, come on, like that. It's mostly Apollo. So I think that Rocky 3 would have been better if we'd followed either Apollo Creed more or Mr. T, because he's, like pumping and like dedicated and, he's really trying. But they're trying to get you to relate to a character that just doesn't care. And you think like, yeah, I guess I don't care either then. So the fight with Rocky 3 isn't, you do see him fight Mr. T, but it's mostly getting him to just give a damn. Rocky 4
That's the love of it.
is the one where it goes off the rails. And it's got Rocky owning a robot for some reason.
Wait, what?
Yeah, right.
Really?
Yeah. Because he's rich at this point, because he's loaded, he just buys extravagant things, and one of the things he buys is a robot for his house that walks around like the thing from Lost in Space.
Right.
It literally is, and it's going like, hello, can I get you something to eat?
Oh my God.
Things like that.
Sounds annoying.
Yeah. And and there's a cameo from James Brown in there for some reason.
Cameo or... Well, yeah, obviously.
Well, an entire
like,
song.
It's an performance, like, yeah.
Yeah, it's almost like the film goes, and here's the song that we'll be selling with the movie.
Yeah.
So that's the one where, spoiler alert, what's his name? Apollo Creed gets his head caved in by Drago.
Jesus.
Yeah, if he dies, is what Drago says to wind. Basically, in the third one, Rocky's manager dies to give Rocky an inspiration, emotional arc, and they thought, oh, that sort of worked. Who's going to die and give him the emotional arc in the second one?
Yeah.
Oh, hello, Apollo Creed.
Yeah.
You've been around for a while.
Yeah. Is he like the only person at the point who has an emotional tie to Rocky?
Well, he's got his wife as well, who starts off proper frumpy in Rocky 1. Like, she looks like the non-ginger one from Scooby-Doo.
Right.
And then as he gets richer and richer, she gets more and more tarted up.
Alright.
Yeah.
Well,
and then in Rocky 5, he loses all his money, and she just becomes frumpy again instantly. It's like
straight away.
Yeah, it's like her powers are connected to the money. Like she didn't save anything. She didn't keep the stuff.
Yeah.
Just, all right then, but back with the big glasses, greasy hair.
Do you think that's kind of like a cynical, almost sexist take on women and money?
Why?
It's the way it's being portrayed, isn't it?
No, I think the problem is that they realised, because Rocky 4 was really bad, that was the one where there were so many montages that they had a montage of all the other montages from the other movies. And I think they thought, okay, we need to hit the reset button. Rocky's better when he's an underdog. And right now, he's beating everyone left, right and centre. So at the beginning of Rocky 5, they just go, oh, we shouldn't have trusted that man with all our money, that accountant. I guess we got none now. Okay. And Rocky. Oh,
Right.
also Rocky gets diagnosed
But he hasn't
with.
lost his skills, though, has he?
Yeah, because he gets. A doctor says that he's got brain damage because he's been punched in the head so much. Probably Stallone's most believable performance. And so Rocky 5. They're all autobiographical, these movies, to Stallone. So Rocky 1 is about a boxer who wants to box but can't, whilst he was an actor who wanted an act but couldn't. Rocky 2 is about riding the success of that. Rocky 3, presumably, is about the apathy of I'm on the top now, what next? Rocky 4 is about... what the fuck is Rocky 4 about other than montages and Drago? I suppose it's about...
remembering the past.
No, maybe it's just about the excess of being on top. You know, like, I don't know. Who knows? That was an awful movie.
Is that like the Euphoria? So like the whole film is almost like a concept piece.
Yeah, well, let's not go that far. It's just a mess.
Okay.
Rocky 5. Well, so in Rocky 5, he's got an actual son, but he kind of takes on this other boxer and starts to train him, but the other boxer goes bad and becomes a corrupt boxer.
I don't know.
But he's like training the other boxer throughout, and he's kind of ignoring his family at the same time, you know, because he's really... Because I guess he couldn't box anymore, so now he's putting all that energy into training somebody else to make them a boxer, so he's kind of reliving the joys through that person.
Yeah, you would.
And I guess maybe Stallone was ignoring his family for the sake of fame at the time, maybe? Maybe, that's what I can think.
Getting wrapped up in the hype and all the money and stuff, and
Yeah.
I don't know.
And, well, no, because he has no money at this point.
Yeah, no, but he was. Ignoring his...
Go on. Kind of thinking you're not paying attention.
I haven't seen it.
And Rocky 6, which came like over a decade afterwards, Rocky Balboa, is heartbreaking.
Heartbreaking.
Oh my god. Literally, my eyes were just wet for about 90 minutes. My eyes, as in these two.
Yeah.
Didn't
even make that leap.
Okay. Yeah, because basically at this point his wife's dead.
No?
And he's obviously
When
too
did that
old.
happen? She got too frumpy.
She died of cancer, actually, so show some bloody respect for Adrian. In between...
Isn't that the famous thing?
Yeah, from Rocky 1. Because in Rocky 1 he loses to Apollo Creed.
So is he going to steal his wife or something? Like, what's going on? Why is he screaming
Why would
her
he
name?
steal it? What?
Why is he shouting her name?
Because it's his
just 'cause
wife.
Who? What?
Rocky is screaming Adrian at the end of Rocky 1 when he
I know.
loses.
Yeah, but so what? Like, what? Is he...
Well, I was trying to explain it to you, and you started talking about wife swapping for some reason.
No, but he said it. Go on, carry on.
So, but the point is that it didn't matter that he didn't beat Apollo. He got to that point and he's won the girl and all this. And I actually can't. It shows. Basically, Rocky is what is going. What? What?
I'm confused.
Why are you confused about the smallest detail?
What? But I've always heard this quote from the film, but
Adrian.
I don't know what. Yeah, Adrian. Yeah.
I've just
The
told you
woman's
what it
name-
is. How can you be confused?
It's
I just
not-
literally told you that Rocky loses the fight, but is happy because of where he's gotten to in life, and so
he
calls
shouts
out
Adrian.
because he's calling out for the woman he loves.
Right.
What's wrong with that? What's confusing about that?
It just sounds unusual. Why would you? Why would
Well,
you do
what
that?
should he shout? Well, doctor. Is what I would shout based. There's a bit in the first one where he gets punched so many times in the eye that his eye swells up. They just get a knife and go and slice it, and just goes like blood everywhere.
Do they?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Well, it's not real.
No, but
Yeah.
why?
Well, because his eyes
yeah,
so
to
swollen,
let his
so he can see.
to help him.
Well, it doesn't.
Give
Yeah.
him another eyelid, almost.
No, they don't. They don't slice the eyelid off. They just pierce the.
No, not off.
Yeah.
Oh, carry on.
Yeah.
Carry on.
Honestly, so Rocky Balboa.
I still don't get why he just shout his wife's name. That's weird. Just shout like
Because he's wanted
I'm
to
the
see
king
her.
of the world, or I'm the victor.
What, like James Cameron did when he won his Oscar? That was cringeworthy as fuck.
I didn't see that.
Good for you. So Rocky Balboa is when he's like down and out. Well, not down and out. He's got a restaurant now, but his
got a
wife
restaurant?
is called Adrian's because his wife is dead. Why are you rolling your eyes?
Banging on about his bloody wife,
Well,
frumpy wife.
He's not
Christ
really had
almighty.
much else in his life other than the boxing and his
And
wife.
brain damage.
Well, at this point, the brain damage has kind of gone away.
Miracles of
Well, apparently,
modern
like
science.
many people would, according to what I read, were diagnosed with it then, but it's just kind of a thing now. Just a boxer and he then get punched in the head. It's not a problem.
Yeah.
Anyway, so he's not boxing. He's obviously way
Wait.
too old to box. What the fuck?
Doesn't in Raging Bull, doesn't he have a restaurant?
Yeah.
Alright, okay.
Obviously, Stallone is drawing inspiration from real life, and maybe that's and as Stallone,
They
Rocky.
always had like sports bars and stuff like that.
Yeah,
didn't
like
they?
he
They
goes
still
around
do
in
now.
his restaurant telling people stories. They go
Yeah.
specifically to hear his boxing
Yeah,
anecdotes and
that's
stuff.
That's what they would do.
Oh,
Yeah,
well, it's
yeah.
very believable. It's very Rocky 4, 3, and 4 aside. It is
Yeah.
really right. Okay, I said this in the Creed blog, and I'm saying it to you again.
Okay.
Right, Die Hard doesn't need any sequels. Die Hard is not a franchise that should exist. It should be one Die Hard movie because it's about, an
Well,
ordinary man in an extraordinary situation. How does the same man find himself in the same place twice on the same day?
unless
to
he was
quote Die
pulled
Hard 2,
into the situation, 'cause
which
he's
he's not,
clearly
which he
adaptable.
never. Well, what? Hang
But
on.
I'm saying,
hang on.
no,
Well,
I'm
unless he's
saying,
called into the situation.
Could it be, yeah, I'm saying, could it be a franchise if they actually did them right?
Well, it could be a franchise if Die Hard 2 involved John McClane going to a burglarized house. But I think Die Hard 4 or Die Hard 5, hello, there's some problems going down in Russia. Could you please send that New York detective?
Yeah, nobody's. Yeah.
So the Die Hard franchise doesn't make any sense.
Okay, so there you go. Exactly. So no, hang on. Yeah, but
Why are you dragging these points out?
Oh, well, because you're making just a flipping comment, but it's
no,
wrong.
I'm trying to make a point.
Okay, go on.
So my point is that Die Hard shouldn't exist as
You're
a franchise
saying-
because the first one is a self-contained movie that doesn't lead on to anything else, and if it did, you start to dilute the original by making it look ridiculous.
Okay.
Yeah, Rocky. It's perfectly logical because we're just following the character as he progresses through life, and every time he progresses, it makes sort of sense. Robots aside. So,
Okay.
so by the time we're up to Rocky 6, his wife's dead. He obviously can't box anymore, which is the one thing he's always done in life. And he owns a restaurant. What?
I'm just asking if that's all he's ever done because he's quite old at this point.
Yes, that is
isn't
all
he?
he's ever done. Yeah.
Alright. So he has had a lot of punches to the head.
Yes, he has, and he looks like he has.
Okay,
Head
carry
and
on.
face.
Okay.
Anyway, so the story of that one is basically that him just coming to terms with where he is in life, and the fact that he's over, and the current champion, in the most contrived setup ever, has to fight him to regain some it's like a charity thing, or what do they call it? Like a exhibition. Is that a word that they use? Whatever. So it's like it doesn't count as like a match. It's just like a fun box.
Fun box.
Yeah, so it's like because the current champion is not doing very well popularity wise with the audience, so they think that he'll become more popular if he punches an old brain damaged man in the head over and over again. Is how it seems to me. But specifically because everyone loves Rocky, so it's like, well, it gives Rocky one more chance in, and they'll sort of not be too harsh on him. Yeah. But Rocky's like, oh, balls to that, I'm going to hit you as hard as I can.
I'm not holding back.
Yeah, and to be fair, with the sixth one, I would have happily not had the boxing and just have it be a film about an old guy dealing with who he is now. The boxing just felt tagged on, it's like we've got to have the boxing because it's a film about Rocky. Yeah, and also there was no boxing in the fifth one with Rocky anyway.
So yeah.
Yeah, so I've just blitzed all these movies. I've just watched them pretty much all, mostly for the first time, and so I've seen Stallone age over 30-something years over the course of like a week. So he starts off like really young and trying his best to do stuff and really trying to go for those dreams. Thank you, Carl Weathers. And then it ends with him having achieved his dreams, lost everything, and just kind of mulling around really like a kind of old sad bear. Not in the gay slang sense, although maybe that as well. I don't know. So yeah, it's just really sad. It was just really kind of downbeat and melancholic.
So you've got a whole arc.
Yeah, and now there's Creed as well, which continues that logical step of what does he do next.
Whole arc.
But
what's the story?
Well, just a new story. Why not? And but I want to say,
he's dead, isn't he?
Well,
I don't want to know.
He's not young. He's like 69.
A lot of
older than Bowie and Alan Rickman got.
I was going to say
thought that Stallone with all those punches to the head would outlive Alan Rickman and David Bowie. Anyway, Rocky may be one of my favourite characters of all time because he's just the nicest person ever. Because he's thick, but he's so nice.
You've just seen Parks and Recreation because Leslie Knope.
What the fuck has that got to do with anything?
You just said he's the nicest character of all time, but she is literally...
Yeah, from a 20-minute episode of a show I've seen once, he's the second best character of all time after that woman. Okay. I'm not even saying he's the best, he's just one of the best.
Oh, okay.
As in, like, if I could hang out with anyone, he would be in the top 10 because he's just such a nice guy. And yeah, he's stupid, but he knows he's stupid. But he's a nice guy, and that's what counts, So I really love Rocky. So when he's such a nice character and you just want to be friends with him, when you get to that, oh, he's really good and up and coming, to the, oh, he's at his wife's grave just reading the newspaper to her because he's got nothing else to do. It's like, oh, don't be old and dying. Well, not dying, but, nearly dead. I just want you to be good.
He's essentially dead already, and he's just waiting for it, I suppose.
Well, he is in the film, yeah. And actually, that plays into Creed quite a lot. But, that's Creed for you. I don't want to spoil that one.
I've already guessed most of the plot points, it's fine.
It's easy to guess the plot points. It's the same in every movie.
Does that make
Rocky wants to do something. Baddie turns up. Training montage. Final fight. Yeah, because there's a drama in the background of it all. It's very good. They're all very good movies. Well, no, that's not true.
Predictable.
Oh, what I want to say is, so 4 is the one with all the excess in, the montages and the James Brown cameo and the stupid villain.
Right.
it's like it's too stupid. It's gone off the rails, but it's quite good fun, like in an ironic way. You're just going like, what the fuck are they doing now? They're gonna bring a robot out now. Yep, they brought a robot out.
Yeah. It's like bat nipples.
Whereas
it's just gone too far.
Yeah, exactly. It's the bat nipples of the Rocky franchise. Rocky 5 is the exact opposite, where they've gone, okay, what's logical? Okay, I'd be training someone, I've gone bankrupt, but it's boring as fuck. So I kind of like, I admire Rocky 5 because I really appreciate what it tried to do, but it's really dull.
Right, okay.
Really boring. And it's got the worst 90s soundtrack ever, where it's like, I can't even do it. It's like electric, you know, it's like they've changed the settings on the keyboard to electric, you know, smack. And so everyone's like, shit, like that kind of thing. And it's just awful. It's like, no, give me the trumpets going down, 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 that one. Anyway, so
stuff that was iconic in the first place.
Yeah, but then because you don't hear it in Rocky 5, when you do hear it in Rocky 6, you're like, oh, this is where we should be.
Right.
This is good. And it's actually like he plays onto his age. So there's a bit where like the main guy, you know, the bad guy in Rocky 6 walks out onto the ring with his music, and it's like rap music or something like that. Then Stallone walks out to like a really slow Frank Sinatra song.
Right, does he?
Yeah, it's really good. Anyway, and like I won't spoil the end of Rocky Balboa, whether he wins or he loses, but he's happy by the end of that, and you just feel that's the last one, the sixth one. You just feel so happy because he's happy, and it's like, oh look, he's had another moment of glory. It's getting really long now. What's the problem now?
You just said it's the last one, but it's not the last one.
Other than Creed, it's the last one called Rocky something.
But is Creed not a continuation still?
Yes, it is. Yes.
So is this like almost like another? Is this almost like another franchise that's being set up?
It's a spin-off franchise. Yes.
Oh right, okay. So it's not like a direct
Creed isn't
follow on.
No, but we're talking about Rocky 1 to 6.
Oh right. Oh, I see. Oh right. Okay, that makes sense.
Bye.